Hey guys, what's up? Terry here with another episode of TurboFit Tuesday. And today I wanted to talk about doing vegan holidays with a family that's not vegan. So it can be really challenging when you first go vegan to navigate the social awkwardness of holiday situations. So I know I talked about this at Thanksgiving as well, but there's no wrong way to do it. Right? So if you go to a family or friend gathering and you're like, hey, what's up? I'm vegan. Like, I'm okay not eating anything. And someone's like, oh no, I made these special potatoes for you that just don't have any sour cream in them, but they just have like a little bit of butter. It's totally up to you if you want to eat those potatoes or not, right? There's no wrong answer or right answer there. It's up to you and what you feel comfortable with. If you want to be like, oh no, I'm so sorry, I can't have butter because I'm lactose intolerant, or I just don't eat anything that comes from animals now, totally fine. If you want to just say, oh, thank you so much, I really appreciate that. Normally I wouldn't eat them because of the butter, but you know, I appreciate the gesture, let me try them. They look delicious. Whatever you want to do, that's totally cool. And then sometimes it could be awkward, like when you're going to a social situation, just depends on who's hosting, what they're like, your comfort level with them, and their personality too, right? So like if I were to go to like my grandma's when I was growing up, we'd bring me an extra dish sometimes, or my aunt started making me my own meals. That was totally fine. My grandma didn't get it, but like she was fine having it on the table. I know some families aren't like that, right? It's just really weird. You might get ridiculed, you might get called out, they might ask a lot of questions, and maybe you just don't want to draw that kind of attention to yourself. Maybe you just go eat ahead of time and you show up just to enjoy the company of the people that you're spending time with for the holidays. Or maybe you just don't feel comfortable being around that food at all anymore. And I know that's a lot of people just don't feel comfortable being around the animal products after they stop eating them. I know when I first went vegan, I had been vegan at that point for maybe 3 years. And I went to a Friendsgiving and they had one of those like saw, I don't even know what it is. Like you plugged it into a wall to like saw the turkey to carve it. It was so gross. It just totally freaked me out. Like I had to like leave the room, and I didn't like make a big scene or anything. I don't know if anybody knew how upset I was getting, but just like watching them sign into this turkey was like breaking my heart. And so I had to leave the room, and that was fine. And then after that I said I'm never gonna go to another Friendsgiving like that again where their son opened a turkey, right? It's just not something I want to be a part of anymore. So I just know for me, that's not the situation I want to put myself in. And if that's you, that's okay too. Like it's not like I'm not friends with those people anymore. It's not like I don't see them all the time. You know, I do a million other things with them. And when I go to a restaurant, I'm usually totally fine, right? It's just that situation was a little bit too much for me. So it's just whatever is comfortable and works for you. You can ask the host or hostess if you can bring something, if you want to bring something to share, or if you even just want to bring your own food and like everybody else does their thing and you do your own thing. Or yeah, you can make a dish to share for everybody. You can make multiple dishes to share for everybody. Or sometimes even if you talk to the host or person who's hosting, they'll make something for you. You just never know what the situation is going to be. So I always recommend asking in advance or having that conversation in advance so that you're not like showing up like, surprise, I'm vegan. I brought quinoa salad for everybody. You know, if you have that conversation earlier, a lot of times that could like ease anxiety, anything that you're worried about, and you know they don't have to worry about what you're going to eat once you get there and spring this on them. So if you have that conversation before you get to the party, way better. And then if you're trying to find amazing foods to eat, I mean, if you Google vegan Christmas or vegan Thanksgiving or vegan Hanukkah, million recipes out there, right? The options are endless. You can make things from scratch. You can go to the grocery store. If you head to like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or any grocery store, you'll find a ton of vegan options, vegan eggnog and vegan peppermint mochas and vegan roasts and vegan turkeys and all the vegan options that you can possibly dream of. So you know, there's no shortage of vegan food out there for you. So I know it can be a little bit awkward, especially at first when you're getting used to telling people you're vegan. And sometimes that's something that like can really prevent you from fully going vegan because you just don't want to have that social awkward situation where you show up somewhere and be like, oh yeah, I'm vegan. So instead you'll just like suck it up and eat the food for one day. But just remember, it's your body. You only get the one. So you have to make the right choice for you of what you're going to put inside of it. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, what anybody else says. It is your body. You are the one who is responsible for maintaining it your whole life. So you decide what you want to put into it. And there's no, again, there's not like a right or wrong answer for what that is. Just make sure that it's your choice and you're making that decision based on what's right for you. So I hope you guys have a great holiday season. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are like my favorite food days of the entire year. Thanksgiving is really good too, don't get me wrong. But we always growing up had like such strong food traditions around Christmas Eve and Christmas Day that I thought were kind of unique. So on Christmas Eve growing up, we always had Italian beef sandwiches from Mr. Beef or corned beef sandwiches from Kaufman's Deli, both up in the Chicago area. And it was just sandwiches, potato salad, chips, Jell-O, this amazing chocolate eclair cake, which is like layers of graham cracker and vanilla pudding with chocolate frosting. It's so good. And we'd have like the layered red and green Jell-O, and it was just like a really chill Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day was more traditional, you know, a roast or a turkey or whatever, and the potatoes and the mac and cheese, because I love mac and cheese. I think the mac and cheese started after I went vegetarian, but just a big, like, hearty meal. So this year we're doing vegan, like, deli sandwiches, and we've veganized the potato salad recipe that's been in my family as long as I know. We veganized the Jell-O, we veganized the eclair cake. Like, we just made vegan versions of the same foods that we grew up loving. We've definitely done like vegan Italian beef sandwiches before for Christmas Eve dinners. And then tomorrow night for Christmas, we're gonna do fettuccine Alfredo, which I'm so excited about because that was one of my favorite foods growing up. And I have not had an amazing vegan Alfredo sauce yet. So I'm hoping what my mom comes up with for tomorrow night is gonna be amazing. The only amazing vegan fettuccine Alfredo I've ever had in the 9 years that I've been vegan now was at John's of 12th Street, I think is the name of the restaurant in New York. It's not a vegan restaurant, it's a amazing old school Italian place with a great vegan menu. So if you're ever in New York, definitely hit that place up. It is so good. All right, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. And I will be back again next week on New Year's Eve with some more fun and exciting TurboFit Tuesday for you. Bye, guys.